It was a cold late fall day when I met Jason Raskin and Tyler Andrzejewski at Linwood Beach Marina on Saginaw Bay. Though there was snow on the ground, the lake wasn't quite making ice yet. If you can resist the urge to deer hunt for a day of fishing, it's often well worth your efforts.
We're going to go out and see if we can chase some walleyes. Fishing's been hit and miss. They're pocketed up right now. When you do find them, you're getting some pretty nice fish right now. Water temp this morning is 36 degrees. Over the weekend we fished. The water is pretty dirty. We're hoping it cleans up and fish cooperate today.
The great thing about fishing Saginaw Bay in the fall is that these walleyes are staging just off the river mouth in the inner bay. So, short runs are the norm for this time of year. Ty and Jason were setting lines in no time. Big baits trolled very slow are the ticket for walleye that are putting on the feed bag before the ice comes.
Well, it starts off usually late September when the water temperatures start to cool down, and you'll see all the perch fishermen out here September chasing those things around. And as the temperatures start dropping, the walleyes from up north start making their way back from the Charities, Alpena, that area, and that's when you start running the bigger crankbaits in here because they're starting to bulk up for the winter and put some weight on. And you know, you drop your speeds down pulling these bigger crankbaits. Today that's what happened. The wind died down on us, so we were basically pulling at 0.9 to 1, and we got them to trigger. As you can see, a nice solid fish for the Saginaw Bay. I mean, it's going to look good for the future here. For this time of year, I mean, 3 to 5 pound is very common without, you know, a lot of 8-pound fish have been taken out of the system already this year. We've got quite a few buddies that fish the system that are charter captains. They've been taking some very nice fish. Today, that was probably one of our best fish, you know, right up there in the 8-9 pound range. So it's looking up. As long as old man winter doesn't set in on us here and freeze it up on us, we'll be out here right till the day it ices up.
It's nice and easy. Don't want to horse these fish because they're not biting real heavy right now, real light biting. We're staying between 0.9 and 1.1 mile per hour. These fish are really lethargic. The water temp's only 40.7 right now. So, you know, in the early spring and the late fall, slow is key. You got to go slow. And it just seems that 1 to 1.1 is magical speed.
Another nice Saginaw Bay walleye.
The deep diving husky jerk was back in the water for a matter of minutes when the board sagged back with another nice fish on the line.
This is the same depth and the same bait that just caught the last fish, 20 foot back on the same color. So it's telling me that these fish are pretty high in the water column right now. You know, they're not very deep.
A little better fish.
Just landed the third fish in the morning. Fishing is not easy right now. It's pretty tough. It's a slow bite, but we've had some big weather fronts in. This is a little bit better fish, maybe 22, but a nice chunky fat fish. The last 2 fish, actually all 3 fish in the morning have been really high in the water at 20 foot back. So that's telling me that these fish are suspended high. So we're gonna get them in the box and get back.
Last year we were able to fish right up till December 28th before finally the ice moved in on us and we were unable to get after them. I was just telling a story the other day. We went out on Black Friday when the wife was shopping and we were breaking ice to get out of here, and we thought we were done then, but the winds picked up and freed it up for the rest of December. We were able to get out the rest of December and get after them, and they were piled up pretty nice in here in the inner bay before they shot up the river.
This technique is fairly simple to use. Using large deep diving stick baits with inline planer boards, lines are set to the exact lead length which will determine how deep the lure will dive. Using the Troller's Bible, depths can be accurately duplicated. Once you find fish on the graph, you can set your baits right above them in the fish's strike zone. It's a targeted approach to trolling that is highly effective.
Just hooked up again.
Got a Mad chaos going on in the boat right here.
Another fish right here.
The line, oh, we got another one hooked up.
It's kind of triple, huh?
Triple one up
Got
here.
triple going. This field has got some shoulders here.
Steer him a little. Steer him back. Like that. You can go all day long. Fish. Walk back there. There we go. Nice. Another dandy. All right, here's our last flurry. We tripled up. That ended up being about a 7-8 pound fish. We put the scale to it. So not bad. That's how fast it can be out here in the fall on the Saginaw Bay.
All happened in about 5 minutes. Fun times.
For some people, trolling can be somewhat boring, but the sight of a board-sinking walleye hit is what walleye fishermen live for, and it's very addicting.
Yeah, these fish are in pods out here this time of year, and once you find them, you just got to keep going back over them. And you know, the weird thing here is this one's at 100 foot back, which means the line is out 100 foot from the board back to the lure. Where the other side of the boat, we've been getting them at 20 foot back, so it's a variation where the bait is in the water column today.
We just hooked up on the stern planer, our long line rod. I believe this is 30 back too, so another high line. It's crazy today how all the fish are. We're getting them really high and we're getting them really low. There's nothing in between. They're either very, very high in the water column or very, very down towards the bottom in the water column. The stern planers are homemade stern planer. You know, we make them ourselves. What this does is we send this water bottle, so to say, out straight behind the boat. That way, if we get a fish on our boards, this stern rod will be able to fish behind the planer boards without having to clear it. It's out of the way, but it's still fishing, where we don't have to bring this line in the boat every time we get a fish. This is still out fishing, still able to be in the water, so to say.
Although the word is out and there's a lot more boats than normal this fall, there's still nowhere near as many anglers this time of year. During the week, you might just have it all to yourself. If you want to try this fishery, be safe because the cold water is unforgiving to mistakes. And don't forget to bring along some salt for the icy ramps. Special thanks to Jason and Ty for letting me tag along. And if you want to go through the trouble of cold water fishing, it can be very rewarding.